Hey there, it's Liz Petzke. I am one of the broker owners of Remax by the Lake here in Southwest Michigan. Our offices are in St. Joseph and Stevensville. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an update. First of all, today is September 22nd. Yesterday, the Federal Reserve increased the Fed funds rate by 75 basis points. And just as a reminder, and if you've watched my previous videos, that's not necessarily correlating with mortgage rates. Fed funds rates are what banks charge each other to loan money to each other. So it doesn't necessarily affect it, but the increase in Fed fund rates usually causes some uncertainty in the market. And then basically mortgage rates are tied to the bond market. So some uncertainty usually makes rates go up. In this case, the market saw this happening and saw this coming. So mortgage rates are now at 6% today, around that on average for a 30-year mortgage, but have been that way and had already anticipated this interest rate hike from the Fed funds. So we're not anticipating any more increases right now, but we're looking at 6% on a 30 years. So again, historically, that's a very normal rate. I could say I bought my first home in 2005. We paid 6.5% with 20% down. So that was very normal back then. We've just been in a very suppressed interest rate market for the last 15 or so years. But I'm going to go over some just hard market data. Some of the questions I get asked all the time is, are prices dropping right now? Not really. So I can show you again just our local data here in a minute. We're not getting 10 offers the first day over list price, but we're definitely still getting within the first week pretty close to list price or just over. So you'll see we still are pretty much on average 100% list to sale price ratio. I also get asked, are we, in a balanced market? Are we in a buyer's market? Still pretty solidly in a seller's market. We are seeing, though, just because we're not getting the inventory, there's still not enough homes for sale. You'll see here that we're still kind of steadily in a seller's market. I'm just also seeing we're getting a lot more price reductions, though, than homes that are hitting the market, at least in our local area. That's not necessarily true nationwide, but here in Southwest Michigan, that is where we are at. So we still need more homes. There's still competition there. We're still getting very close to list price on most homes that are priced accordingly. There are some sellers out there that are still pricing very, very high for the market. And so they do need to come down to reality a little bit. And so once they do, the home typically sells. But let's look at some hard data to kind of support some of the things I'm talking about. So again, we're in Southwest Michigan. My association pretty much covers Berrien County, Cass County, and Van Buren County. Berrien County here is where we're going to start. So we're looking at a historical sales price. So average through August, so last month, we were still coming up. We went from 327 to 334 on average in August. So prices are still increasing, really. New listings on the market. This is what I was talking about. We're still in low inventory scenarios. So going from July from 2724 down to 2701. So we're just not getting the inventory hitting the market. We've just been slow to build around here and to replace and to build new homes. So we're still in a low inventory scenario. Homes for sale, again, kind of leveled out here, 346 to 350 in August. So we're hoping for an influx of inventory that will help balance a little bit, but we're still not seeing enough. Pending sales, though, have decreased. So going from July to August down to 2232 pending sales. Days on market. So this kind of helps us understand demand as well. So we went from 27 days in July to 28 in August. It's only a 1 day difference, but it really is showing that it's taking a little bit longer than it has in the last few years post-pandemic period to sell a home. So just, setting higher expectations, and it may take, and it's fine. It's more of a balanced market. It may not sell in 1 day. It may take 2 weeks to 30 days, which is much more normal and average. Month supply. So this is our kind of our lagging indicator here to understand whether or not we have a buyer's market, seller's market, or a balanced market. 0 to 3 months supply is a seller's market. 3 to 6 months supply is a balanced market, and over 6 months of supply is a buyer's market. So we are still solidly, at least according through August, here in Berrien County, in a seller's market. Percent of list price. So that's some good data here, right? So we were talking about we've been very, very close to 100%. July was 99.5%. We dropped a little bit to 99.4. So we're pretty close to 100% list to sale ratio, again, when dealing with a reasonable list price. So shows depending, that's also a great indicator because it's how many showings are you getting before you get it under contract. We're looking at 9 on average, which has been pretty typical. Hasn't varied too much here. So let's look at Cass County. The same kind of data. Sales price increasing. We're still seeing that. We went from $299 to $311, which is actually a huge increase in August. New listings jumping up a little bit. We need this inventory, so that's good. So to 744 in August. Homes for sale coming up a little bit here now to 96 in August. Pending sales down though quite a bit, from 611 to 586. Days on market still dropping here in Cass County. So they went from 30 to 28 in August. So still pretty short on average. Month supply, they're looking at 1.8. So they come up a little bit. Still moving towards that balanced market there. Percent of list price ratio, they're down to 98.7. So a little bit lower than Berrien County being at 99.4. So coming down a little bit. But like you can see, even 2019, we were down to 95. So it's come up quite a bit. Percentage to list ratio shows depending, again, a good indicator. We're at 7 showings. So that's dropped. 7 showings till it goes under contract in Cass County through August. Let's also look at Van Buren County. See what kind of data they've got. So sales price ratio, just sales price on average. They're pretty much the same. They have not changed from July to August at $309,829 is the average sale price in Van Buren County. We're looking at new listings. They've dropped, so they're not getting inventory where we are getting a little bit more inventory in Berry and Cass counties. Van Buren's down to $1,297. Homes for sale have dropped, so that we're not getting the inventory here in Van Buren, even though it's needed. Pending sales has dropped dramatically as well, down to 1,089 in August. Days on market, solidly at 26 here through the last pretty much all summer. 26 days on market. They've stayed about the same. That has not changed. Month supply leveled out at 1.7, so that is still solidly in seller's market inventory, or sorry, seller's market category. Percent of list price, we're looking at 99.1, still very, very close to 100% list to sale ratio. So shows depending, they're solidly leveled out at 8 days. So like you can see here, things are still moving. We need more inventory to hit our market. There's still buyers out there. Interest rates do have an impact, but people still need to move. They're having children, they need a larger home, or they're retiring and they're downsizing. My family sold our home this year for some reasons, and I'll do a separate video on that, on why we decided to sell in this market. But, life still happens. So people are still moving. If you've been out of the market for a while because it's been so competitive and your, offers are going well over list price, now is the time, where you might be able to find your home at a much more reasonable, close to list to sale price. Rates are up, but rates are temporary. You purchase the home, you marry the home, you date the rate. if you've heard that term from me before. So you can always refinance if rates change. So it's a temporary scenario, but hopefully a permanent home for you. If you have more questions about this, please feel free to email me. I can talk to you more in depth, especially about your scenario, or refer you to one of the great agents at my office. My email is liz@remaxbythelake.com, or you can find us at remaxbythelake.com. Thanks.